Filipino by ethnicity and using their bodies to their advantage. And someone else who does that is Ben Skinner up in green, one of the largest, heaviest surfers on tour, and doing turns like that.
Whoa.
Using the advantage of his board and his body, power gouging, and a drop knee carve just to spice things up.
Yeah, Ben Skinner just utilizing every inch of the board so far and every part of this wave. Right here, just taking a little break. There's nothing wrong with that. If the wave isn't giving you, opportunity to dance, just chill. You're not going to get points taken away from you if you have a relaxed approach through the mid portion of the wave. Here things might get interesting through to the inside. He's coming closer and closer to the rocks. You might want to get out of that wave now. Perfect timing for Ben Skinner. Wow. Onto the one patch of sand. And meanwhile, Alice still riding. So Alice's wave a little bit bigger, maybe a little bit more impactful. Gives her plenty of opportunity to hang out on the nose of that surfboard. Now she carves it back. Great combo right there for Alice Lemoigne. Still going, still performing. Right in front of the judges now. Why not? Do it again. Alice Lemoigne has to be excited with that wave. Now we go back to Maria Fernanda Reyes, who's straight up on the nose, hanging 10. Jumps back to the 5. A nice extended nose ride for Reyes. Carving it back, staying at the top of the wave. Gets back on the nose with the soul arch. This Peruvian showing a lot of poise. And she is flying down the line. Just a little 5 right there. Back at it, waiting to see what happens on this inside section. She's way down the line. This was a long, good ride for Maria Fernanda Reyes. So good. She's got 3 names.
Yeah, that was incredible, and finishes clean as well. A lot of good nose riding there, commitment. First 3 nose ride sections, she didn't back out. She, rode through sections on the nose. If we're going to criticize that some of that.
Meanwhile, Taoka, she's looking to replace a 5.67. Everything at the moment indicating that she might do so. 30 seconds on the clock. A big moment in this heat as we are winding down. She kicks out with a
more time, 5 over. Out the back now, Kelis Kaleopaa. Bigger wave, so this was in our top priority heat. And Kelis now could have a little bit of a runner to work with here. If she gets to the nose. As we watch the rest of this wave, gotta wonder, okay, with so many mid-range scores going through already, what's it gonna take, Wax? We've seen some glorious nose rides, some beautiful turns, some surfing right in the pocket. I feel like Kelis is kind of reiterating the judging criteria right in front of our eyes right now. High-speed section through to the inside.
Wow, this is the best wave of the day by far. That was some amazing surfing there from Kelis.
And she dug the rail on the inside was Taoka, so she was needing at least a 6.23, but Hono has the answer back right here. Goes to the nose. That's some strong stuff right there from the 3-time world longboard champion. Once again, using those rails. Her tempo and pace have always been something that I've really admired. Coming from Haleiwa over on the north shore of Oahu. A very smart surfer and experienced when it comes to surfing much heavier waves too. Great cross-stepping here. Gets in the nose once again. Down carve with a lot of poise and control. Once again gets to the nose to finish off this ride cleanly. Honolua Blomfield going to town with 3 minutes to go. Yeah. That might have been an important wave right there, Sam.
I completely agree, Mitch. I mean, she dropped to 6.9 for that last strong score. For me, on instinct, that was going to go even higher than the 6.9. I mean, it kicked off with a very dynamic nose ride.
Welcome back to the Surf City El Salvador Longboard Classic. We've gone coast to coast, Bells Beach to El Tunco, and we are live from Sunzal. You're watching surfer in white Rachael Tilley. She's got 20 minutes left here in round of 16, heat 8. Heat 7 has now entered the chat as well as Sophia Culhane and Maria Fernanda Reyes. But Rachael Tilley, she is weaving a path of excellence towards the rocks. This wave has been the gift that kept on giving. Back to the nose. Nicely hanging all 10 toes over.
But he did extremely well to start off with a bang. Now Ellice-Flint on the outside. One of the premier stylists on tour. Oh, they are just going to toe for toe right now. Nose right on the outside from Kai. And brings it down with a strong grab. Straight to the nose. Lovely 5 right there from Ellice-Flint. How's that smooth wraps straight towards the pocket again. Drop knee car for Kai.
Wow.
And he is just combining things well right here, Sam.
And he might get the edge on the paddle powder here. Do you think?
Just under 24 minutes. This is a huge wave here, though, for Kaniela Stewart. Needs to at least try to match the 7-point ride that Ellice-Flint has. Strong nose ride right there in the pocket for Connie.
Wow, what a hang 10 that was. Backed up by a drop knee turn, back up for another nose ride, looking extremely strong. You feel like he's going to get his best score of the heat on this one, Mitch.
You can just tell by his body language right here. He is confident in this one. Still moving through to the inside, touches the 5 once again. The cross-stepping here, the footwork is just beautiful. Goes to the rail surfing right there at the end, and he loves it. Stoked with that one. Seems like Connie having a look here underneath the priority of Kai. Straight to the nose once again. Holds the 10 for a long time. Back to the power source of this wave right here. A lot of speed moving down the line. Beautiful cross-step work. Just being able to navigate this wave with the use of the entirety of the board like he does right there is just so amazing. How's that steez and style coming out of the nose ride too?
Wow, great stuff. You get the feeling he's going to get the score he needs, so it could well now come down to a score that Kai Ellice-Flint will be chasing. He'll be sitting out there with priority as well, Mitch.
Once again to the 5 for Kaniela Stewart. Tight 5 right there for the surfer from Waikiki on Oahu. And goes for the rail turn at the end. Gotta love the feeling of just finishing a wave like that.
To 8th position right now. Oh, wow, and a beautiful roundhouse there from John Michael van Hohenstein as he's trimming this one through. And this wave looking like a first point Malibu wall. Is he warming up for the finals? We'll have to wait and see. This has got to be better than a 5-6-7. Looking for a 7-8-4 against Taylor. Again, into the foam. So looking like this wave's going to have an inside section. Hoping to get to the nose. Another drop knee wrap. And just going to be hunting a variety. Sense of variety here with some nose riding. He's going to look to move his feet, and that he does. Back up onto the nose, gets a 5 and a 10, standing tall as this develops into the shore break, and he finishes cleanly with control. So exactly what the doctor ordered.
Sugar levels is going to be key if he's going to keep this dream alive.
Score comes through for Silvani, not enough. It's a 6.73. Focusing now on Connie Tsunami Stewart.
Whoa, what a killer 10 again. Once again demonstrating some of the best hang 10s in the business, Mitch.
And once again gets to the nose right there. He's been able to bring in the variation though, and the great use of the rail work as we see demonstrated on this one. Tight 5 right here from Connie. In the pocket the entire time too. How's the smile right there and the nod to somebody paddling back out? I believe it was Cole Robbins. He's just like, what's up, man? Yup, here perched on the nose. Once again, getting an incredible nose ride and an incredible ride all the way to the shoreline for Kaniela Stewart. What a wave, what a performance.
And didn't waste much time either. Kai Sallas, meanwhile, has been dropping hammers. He dropped a 7.57 on his last wave, a 7.33 before that, and he's on his way to another solid score. Through the inside, he's going to get a little racetrack here. Into the foamy section. That tells us this wave is a little bit bigger and a little bit wider out off the point than the previous wave from JR. So now Kai is out.
And this was that wave behind. So quickly making his way up to the nose, holding a long 5 before the section, driving in the middle of the board, shuffling back to the tail, but a drop knee carve and gouging that one back to the foam. So really beautiful transition there from our Hawaiian surfer, Johnny the Ripper, and another power carve with that layback and flowing into the next section. And that there was a beautiful transition.
Creativity.
Going off what the judges have been looking at all event, sort of displacing the footwork and creating more of a favorite for power couches, but the flow that he's coming out of it with, that layback with a lot of speed, and sets it up with a long nose ride on the inside, and right in front of JR, a power carve with the cheers of the crowd.
What we've seen today is this hunger. It's all on the line. The surfers have had to battle, fight. They've had to take huge risks to stay in the mix to win a world title, and that's why we've seen much more excellent range surfing, as we're seeing an incredible long lifting tight radical 10 from our 2018 world longboard champion from Jeffreys Bay.
So there's a need to perform, there's also a need for speed for this guy right here through this midsection, accelerating, going through the motions, brings it back all the way around. Great style from Stevie Sawyer as always. This wave on the inside seems like it's going to offer up a great double up. Once again stalling right there. How's that poise and control to maintain the 10 through a steep section? Looking great on this one so far, Sam.
Yeah, steez to the max. This is why this dude is 218 world longboard champion, and the fact that this 9.6 board was something he wasn't going to bring in his quiver, and it was a conversation with his fantastic father Des Sawyer, the shaper, this morning, that encouraged him to ride it, and it's paying dues. He is looking sizzling hot.
And this was Soleil's replay. Love this hang 10 in the pocket, using the middle of the board, rising high, carving. So a great transition for Soleil, and she goes up again. So phenomenal surfing here, and surfing that mid-sized wave, which I think are the pick today, really well with style, flow and grace, and an 8-point ride in the excellent range today. The best wave we have seen so far of the morning, and 2022 reigning world champion Soleil Errico off to a great start here in this quarterfinal. Naturally under her feet, she looks great on it, but catching a chop, this little wind swell that we've got today. And Rachael Tilley, this was the 7.73. So
this is actually live action.
That's correct.
So the second ride for Tilley, wow, holds the 10 right there. That was nasty. In the pocket, then touches the 5. Once again, gets an incredible nose ride, a tight 5 right there from our 2015 world champion from the US of A, Rachael Tilley. We got a heat on our hands right now in quarterfinal number 3. You mentioned the clash of styles. They've met a lot before coming through the amateur rankings, but as of right now, this is anybody's heat, man.
Advantage to Rachael.
Replay of Rachel's third wave, which happened during the break, Mitch, looks really good because she kicked off with that 7.73 and that 8.83 and sets herself up nice and high, soul arch, back up for a second nose ride, holds the 5, keeps her composure, crisp, critical, smooth, elegant footwork, back and forth, in and out of a rail turn into a really nice, high, tight, dynamic hang 10. Great body language there, and this is going to be a really big score, Mitch. Does it rival that 8 and that 7.73?
Well, she's clicked into another gear in this heat, I can tell you that, and she's coming up against a very fierce rival in Soleil Errico.
So we'll see what happens for Tony Silvani, but right now all eyes on Kaniela Stewart. Got this wave with priority, straight to the nose, classic soul arch hang 10. Doesn't get much better than that. Now he has to carve back into the power pocket onto the open face. A beautiful hard turn there for Kaniela Stewart. It's almost like he's just telegraphing, waiting to see when he can cross step back to the nose. There's that traditional drop knee turn there through to the inside section. So the inside has been pretty important throughout finals day so far. You know, I think the meat of the score is going to come from that outside section, of course, but there are points still available as you get down into this inside.
Absolutely. I thought his wave selection right here with priority as he gets
like
another 10 on the inside was superb. His positioning in the lineup, Chris, you mentioned him being from Waikiki and this wave really being similar to Queens. He's such a good shortboarder too. I've had the pleasure of surfing with him over at Pipeline, and he's a great backdoor surfer. So if he's able to surf a wave like this that is inconsequential to power when we relate it to somewhere like Pipeline, this is a walk in the park for him.